I'm Spencer.
And this is my only hat.
And this is The Itch. And we're here to talk about the Bethesda E3 conference. I probably mixed that up, but that's what it was.
E3 Bethesda Conference.
There you go.
Pre-show. Pre-E3.
Well,
good for you, good for me.
Yep.
That's how it's supposed to be.
All of the above. All of that. So, let's just get to it. We're just going to break down every game that they talked about and the big things that stood out for each one.
Yeah.
Started off with Doom. What'd you think?
Overall, I wasn't really impressed because it looks like a standard first-person shooter.
Okay. Definitely not a horror game.
Definitely not a horror game, and that's the thing. They said we're gonna reinvent horror. It's gonna be taken to the next level.
Well,
nothing.
I guess you could say they reinvented it because
there's nothing to be scared about.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not afraid.
Took the horror out of horror. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So things that I noticed that it looked like it had a climbing mechanic.
Yeah, it looks like you're trying to be more mobile, which
Yeah.
is kind of cool. I mean, I can respect that.
Right.
Reminds me of
Dying Light?
No, made by Epic. Cliff Bleszinski made it. It was the game where it was about like getting a high score, killing guys in the most inventive way. I forgot what it was called. I beat that game. It's such a good game, but it was all about mobility.
It looks like time slows when you're switching your weapons.
Yeah, give you ample time to be like, oh, you need the shotgun or the shotgun.
if this were a horror game, that would be blasphemy. Because
that would be blasphemy.
You wouldn't.
You have time to think.
You'd be panicking the whole time.
Yeah.
We did see the BFG, but it never actually went off. Like we.
It started firing, but.
And then the trailer stopped.
Like my sex life, nothing happened.
Oh.
She's so mad at me. Don't be mad.
It looks like there was some kind of execute mechanic.
Yeah, probably the real cool thing that was really thrown in our face time and time again, and in the opponent's face, depending on the execution, was you shoot the guy enough times, and there's a little blue or sometimes red little outline that comes over them, and then they're vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you can go ahead and be like, all right, cool, you know, rip your leg off and slam it in your face.
There's some creative ones.
Yeah, you can also land on people. It's like air assassinations, like Assassin's Creed, which is kind of cool. Don't get me wrong, that's cool, but it's just like, that's not what I think of when I think of Doom.
Yeah.
So that's Dishonored. You know? Multiplayer.
So I saw something that looked like a Portal.
Yeah.
Which reminded me of Portal.
Yeah, well, I mean...
The game Portal.
Again, Portal. About Portal.
Yeah. Portals. War portals.
Well, the portals are a relatively common theme. Like if you play Quake 3 or anything like that, it's that they're going back to that arena style, which is cool. If anything, the multiplayer impressed me far more.
It looked like it had a couple different modes to it, like Horde mode and zombie mode kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I know this isn't what they called it, but that's kind of what they were.
Yeah, that's what they were. And
but
then
I think the biggest thing
yeah, it was the snap map.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. Essentially, the way it works is you get this map creator that you can like customize not very specific things, but you can customize elements of a section of the map and add like different things. Like I want more boxes here to so that way it's a hard area to go through, or let's put less stuff here. And they hinted at it being able to control your game type, which is super cool because that's what we see in Grand Theft Auto on the PC, or not just PC version, but you see a lot of people being very creative on Grand Theft Auto and being like, okay, I'm going to make a map and it's a race, but it's all ramps and you have to ramp to the sky.
Yeah, and producer Eric, in a rare moment of brilliance, mentioned that's how Dota was made and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's
all your MOBAs are made through the in-game creator.
Yeah, exactly. So who knows? Something like a MOBA probably could come out of that. But definitely, it looks like they're heading in the right direction as far as the multiplayer goes. The map creator is probably the biggest facet. If you can make a stable game, that's fine, but that map creator is really going to sell it. A lot of people are definitely going to be interested.
I've seen other games with map creators that for whatever reason, didn't really take off. Like Far Cry always had a map creator, but I don't know, do people really go crazy with that?
I mean, and you can say that for like scenario creators and stuff like that too. Like you really have to have a creative mind for it. But it looks like they kind of take away the need to be smart and creative.
Yeah, it looks very like it's a snap map where you snap things onto a map. So it's almost done for you.
Yeah, Legos are connects.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Just fight! Yeah, and that was it.
So cool, there's Doom.
That's Doom, son.
It looked beautiful, I'll say that.
It looked nice.
Definitely looked 60 frames per second, what I saw.
Yeah, from what we saw, but I'm not sure if that was pure just gameplay, but it might have been just because the guy was fucking up a lot. He's like, ah, shit, I missed a shot! But whatever.
All right, next game up is Battle Cry.
Not really too much to say about it.
Kind of like a Team Fortress style shoot 'em up.
More emphasis on like that melee stuff and people like more close stuff. It doesn't seem like there's a real. The Gadgeteer is probably about as far as you play away from everybody.
Yeah, it had a very cartoon style.
Yeah.
A lot of the like deaths and killing stuff was very cartoon, like almost like comic booky.
Yeah, I mean, I think it previewed at E3 last year, and there was nothing. I was like, oh, cool. I think it was a cinematic trailer, and then they showed a little bit of gameplay.
Yeah.
Nothing's really changed.
Yeah, to be honest, there's really nothing exciting about this game.
Yeah. I mean, we'll wait until further on, but for now, nah.
No. Next game they showed was Dishonored 2. I never played the first one.
Me either. Luckily, they have the definitive edition coming out, so we'll probably do a review up on that.
Okay.
Run through that. Did they say the release date?
I didn't catch it if they did.
Do you know?
What?
If they said the release date for the definitive edition of Dishonored? No? Alright, well, screwed.
So basically all we saw were cutscenes. There might have been some gameplay in it, but I just mainly saw cutscenes.
Well, it's how they try and market games a lot nowadays, where they show that the CG trailer to be like, oh, this is cool. Because, I mean, I have to admit, having an actual demonstrator on it is really nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And I know, like, Konami does it a lot for, like, Metal Gear. And it's really scary because they can fuck up, they can miss a ball. But on these trailers, what they like to do is they sprinkle in the gameplay elements within it. Like, you'll be able to switch forms, which is one thing that we saw. Like, apparently turn into some darkness creature.
Yeah.
And just snatch up the guy you're going after.
Just grabbing them with your shadows.
Yeah, and then obviously there's the the stopping of time and the using of gadgets within that to go around there.
Yeah, she threw like an explosive in the air, and then she shot it with a gun.
Yeah,
Which is
the
probably
crossbow,
what they're
yeah.
trying to do with that. I'm assuming.
And they're definitely going for like a.
Oh, was it crossbow? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's like a revenge story. It seems like of sorts, where your character's out for assassination and stuff. Like like the first one.
So you can actually play the two different characters in this.
Yeah, you can play
the guy with the first one, which I don't know. And
yeah, I
then
believe
girl,
it's the guy for the first one. Yeah.
And then a chick
And then
named Emily.
And then a chick named Emily.
Yeah.
There you go. That's all you need.
That's all you really need.
That's all you need. But yeah, so
it looked good, except that it was all cutscenes, so I can tell. And we both kind of agreed we're not huge on the art style.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Disney, but mature. And that's where a lot of games. I mean, Battle Cry just did that.
Kind of like BioShock Infinite, if it went further.
Yeah.
With the way how they did it.
Like they pulled it right before.
Yeah.
With how Elizabeth reacts, she's so Disney princesses. She's like the next Disney princess.
Yeah.
Oh my god. When will when will my reflection? Yeah, I got you.
So the next thing they spoke about was Elder Scrolls, and they specifically talked about Elder Scrolls Online and then Elder Scrolls Legends. I'm going to say I predicted that they would have another Elder Scrolls game, and I'm going to say that I was right.
Really?
I'm going to say that I was correct.
Wait, did we do that in the video?
Yeah.
Did that in the video?
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, you said like Skyrim.
I said there would be another Elder Scrolls
There's gonna be
game.
another Skyrim
Aaron,
game.
did I not say there would be another Elder Scrolls game?
You better not side with him.
Oh. Alright, well the first one they talked about is Elder Scrolls Online, which is already out, and it's, I've heard it's good. If it's anything like it was at launch, it's not good, but I heard they fixed a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely trying to take a different route for it, so that's good.
Cool. And then Elder Scrolls Legends
Yes.
is the card game. I guess they saw what Hearthstone did and just wanted to double on it.
So Hearthstone for Elder Scrolls is Elder Scrolls Legends.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we can say about it. I don't play Hearthstone.
I don't play it.
I don't think he plays it.
He used to.
So he's probably the only person that would, out of all of us, that would be remotely interested about it then. So.
But yeah, I mean, for those people that really want a card game and for some reason you're not going to play Hearthstone and for some reason you're not going to play Magic the Gathering, I guess to try this one. Alright, and then the big one they talked about, of course,
was Fail Out. No, it's Fallout 4.
Fail in 4. Yeah. Fallout 4. So, I mean, we already saw a whole bunch of stuff. The graphics, I still think the characters are ugly, but the environment is actually really good looking.
Yeah, the environments are definitely, they look like they tell more stories in them.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's, broken down Boston, but it doesn't even look like Boston. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure some parts like the monuments and stuff, but it reminds me more of Destiny. And that's weird. Like the destroyed Earth in Destiny.
I would agree
Russia.
with that.
Yeah, it's weird, but it looks great.
I guess we can start with the story on it. we kind of got a hint at what the story's going to be about. You kind of create your character in the world before it gets blown up.
Yeah, it's like 19...
And it can be a boy or a girl, and you grab like pieces of their face and pull it out.
Yeah, it's super weird. You just like... Ah!
I mean, it's really no different than any other system where you just pick the eyes or the nose or the mouth.
Yeah, it's just a different way of doing it.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, I can appreciate it for a creative design, but that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not doing anything differently at the end of the day.
Right.
But jumping forward,
yeah,
you survive the explosion.
Yeah.
That's right, folks. When bombs drop, you're still alive.
Mm-hmm. Except they wouldn't explain how, but you're basically alive 200 years later. Yeah. You can say freezing or any of that. It didn't specifically say.
Yeah.
I think maybe you go to like a Neverland kind of thing, and then come back later on in the future.
Yeah. So I mean that's definitely me. I would assume you get into the vault and then something happens. Maybe they freeze everybody, including your spouse.
Maybe, but I would guess not because maybe that'll come up later.
Yeah, maybe someone will come up later. Like Billy, we were friends in high school. You know, he's the only guy alive and he's like the main villain or some shit.
Yeah. Well, they did state that everyone died in Vault 111.
Right, you're in Vault 111.
Oh, you're the sole survivor.
Yeah, they say you're the only one that survived it. I don't know, that sounds like they're trying to tell you something with that phrase.
It's Vault 111.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not the only person in the world.
Who is in 100?
Yeah, no, of course, yeah.
Who's in Vault 110?
Oh, shit. Becky from accounting, that fucking bitch. No, all these vaults are spaced out throughout the entirety of America, so you're probably not even gonna find Vault 110. Becky.
That's what you say. I bet you we will
find Becky's ass. So yeah, there's that. It looks like they're going a little bit further with the Pit Boys. They definitely want to try and make them more like friendly and humorous.
Yeah.
So in addition to being able to pre-order and get a collector's edition Pit Boy, that is, you just put your phone into.
Yeah, that looks like it's like a Burger King toy.
And they flat out said, yeah, it's a cash grab. Which I have to applaud them for having the balls to say it. But in addition to having that, you have your normal Pit Boy, and this guy's like super like animated. He operates a little bit differently. I mean, the Pit Boys are used to standing still. These guys are moving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Looks like it might have a little bit different information on it, which is definitely cool.
And then it has tapes in it. So you have music tapes, and then what looked really cool is the game tapes.
Yeah, you always had radio. Yeah, radio.
Oh, gotcha.
But the music tape's cool, and the game tapes are definitely cool, which look like straight up copyright infringement.
Yeah. The first
I mean, missile defense and fucking
Donkey Kong,
featuring
our good friend Jumpman.
Jumpman, who's that? It's the Pit Boy. It's the Pip.
Yeah. Did you know gaming? No.
Pip is the tits. Yeah.
The other thing that was kind of interesting was the whole build your own world kind of thing.
I'm actually really interested in that because it looks like they're going like really far with this kind of customization, and there's another thing you customize. We'll talk about that next, but with the weapon or the weapons is such a
spoiler alert.
With the world itself, like creating your own like kind of outpost is definitely cool.
It reminded me of, and this is a bad comparison, but it reminded me of Pokemon.
Okay.
Do you ever play Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire? You get little like or that might have been Pearl and Diamond, but you get these little houses. You get these houses that you can make and then furnish it with stuff. It's way more complicated than that in this game.
Yeah.
But it just reminded me of that.
It actually reminds me of Suikoden, the first one, where you had your hideout, and then the more people you got, the more like homely it ended up looking.
Yeah. And you can actually build like a shop.
Yeah, you can build. You can then people come and be like, "Yo, can I hold up here?"
You better get some kind of discount for that.
So, yeah, right, bro. I'm paying you to live.
It's like I made you.
I'm here for you. What you got? Looks like gun runners and the Brem. What's it called? They're not couriers. The guys that have the Brem trade routes and stuff like that will probably come through. They're on like these cows with 3 heads.
Oh,
so
weird.
They'll probably come through in these like crazy udders. They'll probably come through and be like, "Yo, you know what you want?" Like hook it up and stuff and dap it up.
Yeah, hook up your cow.
Yeah, hook up your cow to electricity. Keep them running.
So the last major thing they spoke about endlessly was weapon modifications.
Yeah.
So there's 50 base weapons and then 700, and I'm sure it's plus, but 700 modifications.
Yeah, which is pretty interesting.
And there's names, as Eric pointed out, for each one, which has got to be a pain in the ass.
Which is kind of cool because It's good and bad because it's good because your first time playing through, you're gonna be like, yo, what's the best fucking weapon I can run with? And it's gonna be different from another guy's.
Right.
But when the game's been out for over a year, it works like a stat system on any game.
It's gonna be min-max.
Min-max at the end of the day. Why do I need this weapon? I know which one works the best.
Yeah.
And then you can be like, oh, go to this guy, kill him, kill this merchant, get his weapons, and then...
Yeah, they're just gonna be like, don't use the water gun that shoots marshmallows at people.
Yeah.
Because that is ineffective.
Yeah. But, I mean, other than that, it looks like there's a return of a lot of people's favorite weapons. Is the Fat Man, the actual nuke, which is always a cool weapon. Some of the enemies, it seems, can... they have, like, killing animations. Deathclaw picks you up, gets his claws ready, cuts you up, and just hang you, man, like a Mortal Kombat fatality. Pretty cool. The most important thing, however, would you like to say it, Spencer?
Is an app.
No, the release date.
Oh, is the release date.
What's that, folks? When do you want your Fallout?
November 10th, 2015.
Get the fuck at it.
Believe.
Gosh.
Yeah. No, you just say believe. It's the thing that they do.
Believe it.
No, it's the thing they do in Britain.
Naturo says believe it, okay?
So yeah, it'll be then. Congratulations, Fallout-aholics. You get it early.
Hey man, I'm a little excited. I'm not gonna lie.
It's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
But I think the more important than Fallout 4 is the game for your
Okay.
for the iPhone and Android called Fallout Shelter.
Which
they announced.
I guess we're gonna pick up and kind of just do a quick app review on
our
it.
first ever app review.
Oh, that'll be
Fallout
great.
Shelter.
Yeah.
It's available. Oh no, hold on. We'll do everything else. So
Yeah.
it looks like it's a combination of XCOM, FTL, and Progress Quest. Are the things that they kind of cited.
Yeah, I can see the FTL, the XCOM when you're at home.
Yeah.
Or when you're at your home base, that's how it's set up and stuff like that. You gotta build things and build outward and
Yeah,
stuff.
basically you have your own little shelter, obviously from Fallout.
Yeah.
Hence the name Fallout Shelter.
What?
And people kind of wander in, and then you take care of them, and then they can make babies that they.
Literally birthed that day.
The babies come out really fast.
It's nuts.
Like they're a bunch of bunny rabbits or
crazy.
Mexicans. But
Yeah.
they-
Interracial marriage was the thing that they showed a lot of.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? Yeah, my parents were black and white. Why not?
no girl on girl though.
Oh man,
Whoa.
it doesn't cater to me. I got a problem.
They have a problem with science.
God.
Anyway, so but they will be offering you the ability to buy lunch boxes, but there won't be like timed paywalls.
Yeah, it won't be a traditional paywall to what you're used to. Anyone who's played like the Star Trek games, or actually, if you've seen Angry Joe's video on the Star Trek FTL, I think it is, or something like that. It's like pixelated Star Trek game.
Gotcha.
Fucking pay all over the place. So this is definitely looking like the exact opposite of it, which is great, with the option to buy.
You're right.
It's fine.
Time will tell. Check our review on it.
Oh, whenever we fucking... Time will tell when that comes out.
Alright, so overall, Bethesda, what do you think?
I was disappointed by Doom. Didn't really care for Battlecry. Dishonored, I'd have to play the first one, so I'm definitely going to do that. I mean, it's a good IP. I know that. And I'm really excited about Fallout. You can tell Fallout was their main thing. I mean, yeah, sure, they teased it, but it's funny to see a game like Doom, which has its roots in gaming history, being shown up by Fallout 4.
I thought Doom was good. I think they showed it off pretty well. Granted, it's not a horror game, which is...
It's definitely not what they're
It's
going
very much like the originals. Very fast paced. Very much you're a freaking monster. You're the monster in a sea of hell demons.
for. Running like this with your gun.
I thought Fallout 4 was good, but I gotta say the one that takes cake, Elder Scrolls Legends, the card game that they made.
The gameplay on that?
It looks just solid.
Superb. I mean, really, endless possibilities.
I don't know.
I think they showed like potential,
But
like art of cards. You know,
Yeah.
like not even the stats. Like,
They just showed
Yeah, like-
Yugi versus Seto Kaiba in the
and-
Fallout Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Blue Eyes White Dragon. In the sense of like Elder Scrolls Online, like I was telling Spencer, that's the problem with showing an online game. You don't know what the fuck's going on. So I'm sure that stuff's great, but I can't respect it because I don't play the game and I'm not interested in playing the game.
Right.
I mean, I got my #1 bag Final Fantasy dropping Thursday.
Sweet. So, what's your big thing from Bethesda this year?
Let us know.
What game are you looking forward to the most?
Oh, you're asking me right now?
No.
Oh, in the comment section below.
Yeah, I'm Spencer.
And I'm not dope.
Make sure.
No. You're Spencer, and I'm doomed to be dishonored by this Fallout Elder Scrolls Online.
Excellent. Very good. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on This Is the Itch on Twitch.
We do new videos every week, and we're going to be doing E3.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
That was a good transition from screaming to not.